Howdy, Slimer. The paint doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Ooh, there's a picture opposite me of my primitive ancestry. Last two streams did not go as planned, to say the least. Neo, hello, Neo. I like that a lot. I'd be fine if that was my job. After chasing Jason off and countless screaming Argonauts, like the long range symphony, my story's infinite, doesn't end. Here by the light switch, who watches over you? Build a little bathhouse in your soul. While you're at it, put a light on inside the foot. If you guys have never heard They Might Be Giants, you probably would be lying. Everybody knows Particle Man in Istanbul. At least people my age, because they were on Tiny Toon Adventures. They got a lot of good songs. I keep missing them in concert, and I want to see them. Freaking love Might Be Giants. I'm trying to tamp it off on there today for some reason. Oh, bugger. Way too much blue paint. It's supposed to be a light base coat. Keep doing this to match it out. This is killing my brush. Luckily, it's a cheap ass brush, but in the long run. Oh, you're just saying that because you finished painting one. I've actually had blasters I couldn't get back together because I put too many layers of paint in the damn things. I have to do this over here. Can't get the angle I need over there. That was not a clear coat. Tends to sometimes be a problem. I tend to get heavy-handed on clear coat. Because it doesn't matter how much you can get away with a couple thin layers. Your clear coat's what's going to make and break you. It's people like that 2K stuff. I just can't justify that kind of expense for that paint. Just using good old Krylon. Thin layers. I should probably have that in my pocket right now anyways. Because I have to keep it warm. Ooh, that's not a lot. That's not a lot. Yeah, I've had that problem. I say that's a problem with the painting and stuff too. So I don't like to paint like this area here. I make the paint thin and then clear coat the living crap out of it because I want it to be able to stay. I also sand the living Christ out of it, trying to get some space down on it. But that's, Nerf people problems. Nerf modder problems. We just left them alone like Hasbro wants us to. We wouldn't have that problem. Ooh, don't have that. There we go. So I'm going to be attempting an idea, and hopefully this won't fail hard. Though I get a feeling it might. This is going to be the red Mana Blaster. And depending on Michigan, I forgot about that. This is going to be the red Mana Blaster. And I'm going to try something different. Probably going to make Probably going to make the red behind the symbol red. Simply because I just don't have a whole lot of red paint left. I didn't want to go out and buy another can of paint so close to the end war trip and possibly getting hosed on a medical visit because I got a spot on my leg. I just can't get the heel right. I don't know why. Being fat, you have problems with your legs. It's a given. I just got this one spot. I just can't get the heel. So I'm going to have to bite the bullet and go to the med clinic where they don't charge you an arm and a leg, but they sure as hell don't charge you cheap. That's for sure. A lot better than like going to the hospital, though, because then they just rake you over the corals. But I digress. Oh my God, already with that? Oh, fuck, I'm already done with that. Okay, well, the blue's done. So, well, I'm always willing to I'm taking stuff for Griever, and I'm also repping the BC Han, Blair County House of Nerf, and that's or PA Thunderdome. Take your pick. These are good. So I'll be repping that stuff, but yeah, I'm always willing to fill up the bucker boards that I have to show off other people's stuff. Oh, why didn't that take paint around that area there? That's a problem. A little water, or spit in this case. What the hell was I saying? Oh, since I don't have a lot of red paint, I decided I was going to do something else with this. I'm just going to polish those edge grips a little here first. And then I'll have, I can stop and tell you what I'm thinking about. My brain won't be going all over the place. It's like all I ever do on these damn things is paint. I have to really work on some blaster at some point. There we go. Okay, now the idea is I don't have a lot of red paint. Literally, like I have enough. I can probably do the little mana symbol. I'm going to try to make the handles look like fire. Like an idiot, I could probably just look this up and figure it out, but I want to stumble my way through by building this up. So the trick is going to be layering the paint in the right order. I'm looking at my cadmium orange versus the yellow. Because blue would go down first, and I think my cadmium, I think the red's going to be last. Where's the yellow last? Blue, white, blue. I want to say white, blue, red, yellow. As far as flame temperature goes, I gotta look. Damn it. It's orange to yellow. Pictures of fire.
There you go. Pictures of fires.
Fire. Yeah, red's the cooler. Okay, I was right. So, the orange is the transitional one. So it's yellow. This is not a paint that I like. It is way too buttery, smooth, whatever. Just gotta of paint. Hope this doesn't mesh, turn green. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I don't think I have any other brushes for this. Freak. Yeah, I don't have any other brushes, so we're gonna cheat. This is not advisable. This will screw up my pattern and my dry brushing capability. I'm gonna have to learn on the fly. As I go up, this won't be a problem with the paint, but I don't have any more of these cheap chip brushes left, so I have to ruin this. This is going to set a completely different pattern, which will, I guess, kind of work out because you don't want the pattern to match anyways. There we go. The bristles don't completely wind up in my things. And, oh, it is really rough. It's really rough. I don't know if I like that. It's a real hard impact. Just have to smack this twice as hard, I guess. I think I should went with the cadmium. I gotta watch how hard I hit this now, because I need that highlight of yellow. So you always practice on the side with the holes on it first, or preferably another piece of Nerf. We're developing something. It's harder to dry brush this way. Very lightly. Don't want it to blend through all the way. Just want it to get some yeller. You need to keep that highlight. Well, I don't get too exuberant. This might actually work out. It's just going to be a matter of keeping the yellow highlight on there to be yellow. I should probably have planned to transition the coloring, but I'm not going to because it's kind of too late. I got bristles falling out of this thing left and right. They severely damaged the brush. I have to watch for those. They ruin paint jobs. I don't think I'm liking this. Maybe I shouldn't have done that to the brush. So I switched over to the yellow, cadmium instead. Forgot this colorant. I'd ask what we think, but I think everybody's kind of left. What you get for streaming at 2:30 in the afternoon, 3 o'clock actually, I guess. Oof. Just kind of looks a mess. Doesn't look as green as it does in the camera, which I guess is good. I'm going to keep at it. Worst case scenario, I just do something else to it, I guess, and restart with the one that's coming in the mail. Or the, oh wait, no, I'm getting a part in the mail. What's up, Mr. James White? Trying not to ruin a blaster here. Attempting a new type of fire pattern. And I had to cut my brush short, to say the least, because I ran out of brushes. I am not going to the store to get just a few brush. Did I even run out of brushes? Now I remember something. Come here. Something tells me I bought glue brushes, though. Smartly. Instead of chip brushes. Yeah, I bought foam brushes. Bought a bunch of foam ones. Use them with glue. They work good for glue. Good. And back up to 3 again. Sweet. Alright, I was telling James there. Not many people there to chat up. What I'm trying to do is make a fiery style blaster handle. I think I've already kind of screwed the pooch, because I don't have the control over it that I would have, because I hacked my bristles short, because I'm out of bristles. I'm out of brushes. So my attempts are getting a little... I'm used to working with a lot more bristles, so I'm trying not to get very heavy-handed. I have to try to blend it gingerly, and it's not as easy as one would think. But I have to make it work. There's a good chance I'm not going to have the parts that I need as I get them. I should have smartly transitioned this fire from one side across. Would have been a neater idea, but I've already painted the first one in its entirety, and the yellow is blending to the blue a little too much, because I'm not used to this shortness of brush yet. So I'm going to have to try to hide what I've done with the other one. I can barely see the symbol here. It's going to make that fun to paint when I get all kinds of paint all over this thing. I like to bring out those symbols. I like having them on here. Mostly because the handles are usually textured. And that yellow really got away there. See, the more you hit it, the more green it gets. So you got to be really careful. I can hide part of it with the cadmium and the red, but I'm not sure how much I can actually hide. Because I've never done this before. I've never done this. Yeah, the Rebelle logo is pretty cool. I like the little R. I don't like to paint. I don't like to scrape them off where it's going to change the texture on the blaster. Like up on the hammer shot, the little Nerf logo at the top behind, besides the hammer. Like you can't take that away without severely damaging the texture. You have to like sand it all away. So I usually just paint that logo. The upside is it or kind of a couple of them, like one, it keeps your paint skills and gets your paint skills up, be tiny brushwork up, which is a good thing to use. God, I am just not sure of this. Should have went for more directional fire instead of archaic. Might be one of those things I have to walk away from till like later, or other people will like it. I guess that's kind of the point anyways. I guess as long as somebody else likes it, it's good to go. Because all I have to do is have one person like it enough. Two stipulations need to be met. They have to like it, and they have to like it enough to buy it or have the money to do so. So that's going to work out. Yeah, we don't. Because we see all the problems with it. That's part of the issues. I actually started out doing stuff like this. I was a copy artist. I learned to draw by staring at pictures in magazines and different things and drawing them, and Marvel Masterpiece, Marvel Series 1 cards, things like that. I learned to emulate those things. So I don't have, like, over the years, and I got my own style developed out of that. But at first, like I would look at a picture of like Jean Grey or something, and then I would almost exactly replicate it. I was actually quite good at it. See, now that looks a little better with more of the yellow. So I think this needs a bit more of a heavy hand. So we're going to go back and add a little more. This project is finished. Yeah. I don't want to talk about big projects and starting over. I had a big Tommy 20 project that just went to shit. I think I bent the mechanisms on the inside. I'm damn sure I struck the gears. Pretty sure I can fix that. But the problem is I bent up the mechanisms, and I've already done shit to the whole. I put a lot of time into the build. And it was supposed to go to Endor with me and be this big thing that everybody could take a look at and see the Tommy 20s weren't worthless blasters like everybody kind of thinks they are. These throwaway things. And it didn't happen because the armature, I think, is the armature on the inside is bent up. And I don't know why I can't get it to turn. If I get the gears replaced, which won't be hard because I can just get more gears, it'll be good. But I think I might have found a website that might actually have lots of gears, which would be compatible, which would be amazing to have a whole lot of gears. Yeah, don't do that, idiot. Have a whole lot of gears, especially metal ones, that would actually be decent. Because this, I love the Tommy 20. I think it was the original full auto blaster. Well, the original flywheel full auto blaster. Put it that way. It wasn't the original full auto blaster. That would have been like an RF-20 or something. I gotta get this yellow. It's got to get yellowy. I got a little too much blending going on, so it's greenish. I got to put some highlights on there to yellow it. Like that. Now this guy, actually kind of liking it a bit more now. I got the yellow fixed up some. Just have to watch the passes, I guess. Keep turning the brush. You're doing things like clouds and things. It helps to remember to turn your brush. Hold it in different ways that you would not hold it normally. That way, you don't wind up with the pattern repeating, because the human brain tries to repeat the pattern. It looks for such things. You don't want it to. You want it to be randomized. If the bristles weren't so short, the impact would be different, and I wouldn't have to hit it quite as hard. You know what? I'm going to get up because I got to check to see if I have another brush. I just have to freaking know. I got to know. Since I'm working backwards here. All right, give me a minute here. All right, where these things are, if they're supposed to be where they are. I think I just had that one. I cut that one back. Big old garbage bag. Right in the way. Out of my way. There we go. I just feel heavy today. Now, these brushes. Let's see. Oh. Should be. How about that? How about that? There we go. Well, crap. Save that for glue. 2-inch chip brush. All right. Now, let's see if I can get some repair on this burp. Let's see, the orange will play well with the rest of that. Now, in theory, this should give me a different. Yeah, just a little. Spread that out. Yeah, this doesn't look like fire. So I think we're going to do it like I was thinking before. Or I'm just going to do a blendy. I'm going to do a blendy. That way it looks more like a fire. Hours of work into chemistry. I didn't take chemistry. I did not like chemistry. I liked the biology. Although the base on that turned out to be quite useful. Because it makes a neat sort of texturing to it. So I would say it was a complete waste of time, which is good. Oops. Don't grab this, you idiot. It's still wet. Yeah, these little Nerf blasters can really piss you off, can't they? So much pissing of the off. So much. Get that to blend. Probably should pop the two halves together. I'll probably do that near the end here with the red, just to try to dry brush that a little. Get the edges to roll better. The only reason I'm putting the orange all the way up here is so I can cover it with the red. I want a nice blend, so I want to make sure that I get a good even coloration up one side to the other. Like that mess up just happened there. That's going to be covered by red, so I don't have to worry about swearing or panicking. I'm probably going to have to go back over this and blend some yellow over top of the red. I just did yellow, so I touched it. But that's not going to be a problem. There's going to be area. I'm going to put the whole thing together when I'm done, and I have to blend the edges anyways. So it's all going to be fine. It'll be fine. Be fine. World's on fire. It's all good. That's cool. It's all cool. Everything's on fire. We're good. I'm on fire. You're on fire. You wumbo, she wumbo, he, she wumbos, studio wumbo, wumbosity. These are first year things, SpongeBob. Let's start back here further. Bring this out. Let's see. Make sure I get a little streaking on this. As I blindly attempt to make fire. I'm sure there's a million YouTube tutorials that would tell me what the fuck I'm doing wrong. Ugh, it's way too much paint. Even I can see that. Pretty amazing. The screwed up part is I'm not good with color at all. Like, I just learned to trust what should probably look good, maybe. I guess is the best way of putting it. I don't know a good way of putting it. Like, I don't like working with color. I really don't. I really don't. Like, if I'm drawing something, it's got to be black and white. I hate coloring crap. For some reason, paints are a little easier. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they blend. Maybe it's because I actually try it. I don't know. I do have a theory as to why I do stuff the way I do. Like, if you look at the Hasbro blasters, a lot of their colors are already triangulated. So if you triangulate your I think I covered this once before too. If you triangulate your colors, you'll wind up with something at least aesthetically pleasing to the movement of an eye as it watches over what you've created. Because your eye doesn't want to stay in one place, and you give it a reason to look around so you can distract it. Instagram. I can't click that without screwing up my stream. I'll have to go find a way to do that. If I click that, I'll end up dropping the stream. My computer doesn't handle multitasking as well as I can. Oh, my pocket watch. Huh. I forgot all about that damn thing. That was one of the first paint jobs I ever did. That one didn't turn out at all like it was supposed to. It was supposed to be steampunky. Turned out no steampunky. It turned out too clean. I sent pictures of it to Landgrave Customs. I sent pictures at the Landgrave Customs. Asked me how to help me make it steampunky. He flat out said, I expected nothing less, an honest answer. He said that just did not work out for steampunk. And I was like, oh, it's a shame. But he's like, but it's good for deco punk. He said if he shifted the colors around, like, yeah, it'd be better. So because of that, I went looking for other types of punk, and then I found my favorite punk. I found diesel punk. I love diesel punk. So cool. So monochrome. You don't have to have a lot of crap on it to make it diesel punk. It can just be diesel punk the way it is. It's all World War II, and I love World War II. Stuff was better. Looked cool. Nazis were sharp dressers. Ideology sucked. Horrible, horrible people. Well, not horrible, not necessarily horrible people, but sure as hell weren't winners because they lost the war. Now, they may have been good people, but their ideology sucked. So, but anyways, I'm not getting into that because that starts a whole different discussion of problems. I just like the World War II look of the big guns and the heavy machinery. It always looks much more fascinating. And then I found out that's pretty much exactly what diesel punk was. And so I like diesel punk. Which I actually really starting to dig this now. Let's go back and change the blue on the front of that a little bit. Maybe a little white. Yes, it is a Guardian crossbow, Dave. Mad Max is more along the lines of post-apocalyptic. What would be a good example of diesel punk? I'm trying to think. one could argue that the Blade Runner movies are sort of diesel punk if you were to strip down the fancy lights and stuff and make them to their bare bones. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the weaponry in that was very diesel punk. The movie itself is debatable as to what exactly the movie was supposed to be. I liked the movie. We kind of walked the line between the many punk technologies in the regards to the movie, which was a bit of an issue for some people. Don't grab that part, you moron. Stop grabbing that part. There we go. So I don't exactly know off the top of my head what a good example of a movie of diesel punk would be. I'm having a bit of a trouble with that. It was probably because I'm watching so much goddamn Star Trek. Yeah, Blade Runner is cyberpunk. See, the problem is that a lot of them are separated solely by uniqueness in the genre, which sounds like a duh clowny, but no, I mean like there is sometimes not much separating. See, that doesn't even match. So sometimes there's not a lot separating one from the other. Like deco punk and steampunk are essentially the same thing, just to a degree of dirty. You can have steampunk, and if you clean it, it's basically deco punk. But if you dirty deco punk, and then you basically have steampunk, because it's all kind of the same. All those things kind of fall into the same era on those, and you get the outer genres like cyberpunk that comes along at different time frames. So it can be one could even argue that ravers are a kind of punk. Well, like that makes it an obvious statement, but like an obvious punk-ish fashion, other than being like punk, which the statement sounds bloody, disturbingly obvious when I say it out loud, but it's not quite what I meant. If it's the underlying statement of it, although ravers are very much punk, very much. But it's a matter of just a matter of. God, I wish I could articulate it better, but I can't because it's not easy for me to articulate what I'm thinking about on that, because it's like I could use visual examples. Somebody bring me a whiteboard, a white erase board. There, see, now that blends up a lot better. This is how Dwayne Staley does his stuff. Okay, that blended up a lot better. Yeah, just randomly streaming. No big plans or anything. The small area here is the problem. This is the hard one to get right, because you got to blend it out of that, and there's not a lot of space here to keep that the way it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna have to blend these together anyways. And I don't know if I can put these two halves together with the tape that's on them. Might work well enough. Yep, okay, that'll work well enough. So I'm definitely going to have to be able to blend this. I think that goes backwards. Yeah. Elvis Force Cam. I'm trying to go for fire. It's not turning out the best. Unfortunately, I didn't bother to watch any YouTube videos on how fire works. Like in the age of information, I probably should have paid attention to some fire videos, but I didn't. So I'm definitely going to have to touch up certain sections of this once I'm done for dang sure. How does fire work? Fire. Up, 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 up. This goes up. So it looks like that in the front, but not behind it because that would be stupid. And I didn't make any yellow on that. Oh, you idiot. Where's the other chip brush? That was intelligent. Oh, I still haven't put the straps on this pillow. Like, zoink. Yellow. Yellow. Yeah, there's like a paintball exploded on it. Just gotta get that lightened up a bit. Ain't too much orange on this side. I hate this brush. I can't go backwards, so not with the other brush. Can only go backwards to go forwards. I'm more of a patient person. Should intelligently wait for the paint to dry, but I'm not going to because I'm not that smart. Yeah, that looks a little better. Windows 10? I don't know. You're really asking the wrong person there, Ed. Oh, you're not talking to me. Okay, good. You don't want to talk to me about computers. I sit here and yell at my computer, hoping that someday it'll evolve enough to the point it will understand me. And then we'll have to destroy it. We can't have computers becoming self-aware. If you live your life by the theory of horror movies, you will be fine. You'll never die. You won't get killed by something stupid. You won't act like some dumb white guy. White people in movies are dumb. White people in horror movies are dumb. They just like, oh, look, there's something over here. It's camping. Let's go camping. There's a lot of people died here. We're all going to die. People died in mass. There's a horrible, horrible grave here. And then white people go camping there. Seriously. You never see no self-respecting black gentleman out in the woods camping at some, place where like 100 million people were murdered. No, they know better than that. They're not dumb. Unfortunately, they're usually some of the first people that die in horror movies. Because, maybe that's why. Because the killer has to know he's got to kill off all the smart people first. Because the dumb people are easy to get, so he's got to often kill, the black guy and the Puerto Rican guy because they know not enough to go, have sex and then walk into a room and be like, everything's fine in here. It's all good. Because he knows they're going to die. he's like, I gotta kill these people because these are smart people. So he goes up and kills them first. I think that's it. I think I finally cracked the code. Awesome. I figured it out. Yeah, right? They hide upstairs. Let's go up. Like the one direction you can't go. Let's go up. How can you go? Oh, we can't go up anymore. Well, duh. There's only a defined amount of up. I mean, you could always go outside and like as much outside as you want to go. But no, we're going to go up. We want to go up. Stupid. So damn stupid. Stupid. You're so stupid. Hey, Chudy. New class. New class today? Yeah. They so stupid. Oh, clowns. People gonna go climbing with clowns. The movie Stitches was funny. It's about a lot of dumb white people that get killed. Stupid. Okay, now the red. Probably going to tail it back in a little bit of black or gray near the end. Oh, I feel like I should be wearing a glove. 8-bit friend. Hey, cool. They're Fiend. Hey, Clowny. We trade back and forth on each other's stream here. We keep that up, we're going to have to collab on a project together. Actually, it wouldn't be so much a bad idea. You have a crazy imagination, apparently, much like I do. Imagination for crazy mods is one part having the idea, two parts not having the correct blasters to build such things, and having to work with things like Tommy 20s. Because that's what you have available. Actually, it'd be kind of a cool idea. I wonder if I could get Macabro to help me with that. You guys really should know who Professor Macabro is. I know some of you know who Professor Macabro is, but everyone else on here should really know who Professor Macabro is. Professor Macabro is awesome. Saw him on Vargas's channel when I started laughing my ass off. Been a fan of Professor Macabro ever since. Would like to see him get his own cable TV show doing like an up all night thing. That would be really cool. Guilford Godfrey back into it, and Rhonda, and Professor Macabro, Billy Bob Briggs, Joe Bob Briggs. Only knows. Macabro's he's the man. Cliffhanger Elf on the Shelf. Elf on the Shelf. Oh, I hate Elf on the Shelf. I hate that damn thing with a passion. So stupid. Elf on the Shelf, you got Rock on a Sock. Bjork on a fork. Bjork on a fork. So I had a smaller chip brush. All I do is have a bigger chip brush. I don't have a smaller one, so it's can't quite. Well, you put a lot of paint on the brush. Apparently, you can. Jeez, that did not work out the way it was supposed to. But did not work the way it was supposed to. But it worked out with the same kind of advantage. We have to do another thing. Hey, Ryan, are you? I know it's going to be a super long trip for you, but I'm assuming you're probably not coming to Endor because of length of trip. You guys going to make it? I know Homely's going to make it. I mean, Homely doesn't make it. There's a lot of people that are going to be screwed. So, frankly, that looks a lot more like fire. Yeah, I didn't think so. That's a long dang trip, and you guys are getting involved with the Project Meet Neighborhood and McNeighborhood and stuff like that. Which is actually a lot better idea than going to End War, anyways. Almost said something I'm probably not supposed to. Nothing bad, just kind of an NDA thing. Oh, Disneyland. No. Nope. No wish to ever go to I'm just like the only person on the face of the planet who has absolutely no wish to ever go to Disneyland. It just does not seem to interest me in the least bit. I don't know why. It looks a bit more like fire, or at least the actualization of supposing to look like fire. Hit it with the red up here a little bit just to get those highlights on that so they stand off the edge, which is good. So I want that cool that down, in other words. Always does some. Truer statements have never been said, I guess, there, Ryan. I should really figure out something other than paint jobs to do when I'm working on these, but I do have one thing, actually, and it actually pertains to you and Homely. I have yet to install that damn grip on my blaster, and I wasn't sure if I was even going to be able to use it right. Not the grip, the blaster, and then I took it to a war, and it works out great. So I'm going to, I think the next stream I do, which should be back when I'm back from End War, I'm going to try very hard to remember to install that grip on there, and maybe just make it like a 3D printed live special, because I have lots of 3D printed stuff. I am horrible at getting stuff like that built and on, man. I'm bad at it. I really am. Problem is, like, I start doing stuff and then my brain switches over to a new topic. So I wind up with a million different ideas, and then I want to do that, and then and right now the whole domination has been End War. I need to get these done. See, Griever is sending me a cylinder for this because I bombed one. So I'm getting a cylinder from Griever. I'm probably going to end up taking the whole blaster when I go down to see him, for APOC. I'll probably just take the rest of the blaster from him. But it's cheaper and faster, most likely, to send the cylinder than it would be the entirety of the blaster. So I have him sending me that, so I can get this thing made for End War. Shopping. Yeah, I've been out of. Yeah, well, I'm actually gonna try to do Uber here. It doesn't look like it's going to be extremely profitable, but it just has to be some money, which will be good, because God knows I'm starting to get to the point where I could actually use some money. So I'll be looking forward to that, which will be fun. Yeah, my entire focus right now has been God, I would love to go to a war with Naptown. Technically I've already been at wars with Naptown because End War, but I didn't play. I don't know if they're going to be at End War. I can't remember. They're on honeymoon right now, so they might get back in time. They might not. I don't care if they do. Honestly, I wish they would stay in Hawaii a lot longer if they're going to rush themselves off honeymoon. They should probably stay. Like I said, they should stay in Hawaii longer. So balling out the trip and coming back. Just stay there longer. Nobody ever heard. Nobody had been on vacation, but Hawaii had been like, oh, I hate my vacation to Hawaii. Of course, then again, I probably wouldn't be too impressed myself because I don't know. I'm not really a big beach kind of guy. I don't much enjoy going to the beach all day long. I just